Okay, so we're going to go in with our first coat over our stained piece. It's going to be White Swan is what I use. It's a DIY clay-based paint for my farmhouse signs. I'm just doing it with a chip brush over my stained board to get that farmhouse look. So I'm not worried about complete coverage. I need to make sure this coat is completely dry before I move on to my little 2-inch paint tape strip. That's going to be my spacer. So I go in and it'll be spacer and then a strip of tape. And then I'll move my spacer and another strip of tape. And it really is just the simplest way to make sure that your lines go where they're supposed to go. Now I did choose a white in my clay-based paint, but I also chose 3 grays in the same clay-based paint. It's a brand that I just really love. It dries very quickly. And I chose a light gray, a medium gray, and a dark gray. Because once I get my first tape strips down, I'm going to go in with the medium gray first. It's kind of important because I think it really gives to the look that I'm doing. Because I am using 3 different shades of the same color. So I'm going to go in real quick and just throw it on there. It's just a farmhouse look with my chip brush. I'm just going to really quickly add that in. We just want it to look very farmhouse, so we don't have to color all the white. You do not have to wait for the paint to dry. You can go ahead and start pulling your tape off, but go ahead and set your tape to the side because you can use it again if you don't want a lot of waste. So next step, we're going to make sure it's completely dry, turn the board, and start with our tape, spacer, and this go round, we are going to go in with the lightest color of gray. Of course, we'll make sure our paint's completely dry before we add the tape, but if you can see just how simple it is, that little spacer piece makes a huge, huge difference. So important. Now we're going to go in with the light gray, and just very quick again. So we've done our medium gray, now we're on our light gray, and just very quickly, of course, because I don't want everything to be covered, but we are not going to take our tape off this go round. It's very important that you leave this tape on and get some new strips because we're about to add our strips back onto the places where we initially had them. And if you did the medium gray and then the light gray, you should be able to see light stripes, and the light stripes or where your tape was initially. So we're not going to take this tape off. You're going to add more tape back to the places where you had it before. And this is where we're going to get our little checkerboard going on. Now for the little squares that I'm going to have left, I'm going in with a dark gray of the same clay-based paint that I've been using. It's almost an old blackboard color. It's not quite a black because I usually do my lettering in black, but I am just showing you how to do the plaid today. So I go in very quickly, just like all the steps before. And like I said, you do not have to wait for the paint to dry after this step. Just make sure you cover all the edges so you do actually have squares. Then you can go in and pull off the tape that you don't want. And y'all, this is the best part because when you start pulling the tape, you start seeing the magic. So here we go, pulling off the tape, best part. Like, I could watch this all day. I hope this helped y'all out a ton. Have fun. If you have any questions, just hit me up. Thanks, y'all.